Maisie, are you there? We have to have a serious talk right now. I've had just about enough of this. Did you really eat my food out of the fridge? I made that food for me to eat and put the leftovers in the fridge to be my meal when I got home. Now I have nothing to eat.
Oh, hey there, Cheryl. Nice to hear from you too. If you really must know, Barry told me that it was if I ate that stuff. So I don't get why you think it's okay to be coming at me like this when it isn't even my fault. If you're really going to be so upset over this, maybe next time you should make enough food to feed the whole house. Have you ever thought of that?
And just what makes you think that I should have to cook your food as well as my own? Aren't you capable of cooking your own?
Did you seriously just say that to me? Are you being serious right now?
You know, I was okay with it happening if it was a couple times a month. I can let things like that slide. But you've been stealing my food out of the fridge almost every day now. I buy all of the ingredients myself, and now I've been paying for 2 or 3 people's worth of food just to have enough for myself. If you really want to eat my cooking, then the least you can do is help pay for it.
Wow, I really just can't believe you right now. Are you seriously trying to extort your husband's little sister for money with this shtick?
Look, I remember that you once told me that you worked freelance and only ever took home about $1,500 a month. It isn't like I can't understand why you would want someone to pay for your food.
I don't know what you're talking about. I just figured that since we're sisters-in-law now that you would want to make sure that I was always taken care of. I mean, my brother is letting you live in his house after all. It really is the least you could do. But honestly, to try and steal from your own sister-in-law like you're doing now, well, I guess I just never thought you were that kind of person.
Are you seriously bringing this nonsense up again? You know that this isn't how things really are.
Well then, why don't you tell me how things really are then, huh?
The house that we're all living in belongs to my parents. How many times are you going to make me repeat myself?
Well, that might be true, but my brother is the one who earns all the money at home, right? So basically, if it weren't for him and his income, we wouldn't be able to live here, right? So the way I see it, the house really belongs to my brother.
You do know that I also have a job, don't you? I mean, you do realize that we both do leave the house every day to go to work where we have to earn our own income, right?
Right, but the main earner for the house is actually my brother, right? I mean, he earns more than the rest of us.
But the fact is that the house is my parents' house. It's my childhood house. You do understand that, right?
Cheryl. Don't you ever get tired of having the same conversation over and over again? I mean, can you really not see how selfish you're being? I'm going to show all these messages to Barry and make him set you straight. You're going to regret going up against me.
Cheryl, what is the matter with you? I just finished talking with Maisie and she told me all about the horrible things that you were saying to her. I thought I told you that you need to quit fighting with her. I think the least you can do to make up with her is to cook her dinner tonight. Honestly, how can you be so selfish and cruel to someone like Maisie?
All right then, Barry. I can do that if you pay me for the food that Maisie is going to eat.
Excuse me? You can't be serious about that, right? I know that you didn't seriously just suggest that to me. Do you even hear yourself right now? Honestly, sometimes dealing with you can be so difficult.
You probably already know this, but Maisie actually puts a lot of stock into you around here, even though it's my house. She seems to think that you have the run of things because you earn the most money. And yet, despite earning all that money, why aren't you doing more to pick up your sister's expenses if you pity her for having them so much?
Oh, what? This again? I don't think we really need to open this can of worms again.
Listen to me. Maisie used to only come over a few times a month, and I had no problem with it. But now she's here almost every day and is driving me up the wall. This house belongs to me, and I would just like a bit more privacy while here.
I see. So basically what you're saying is that you're going to try and go against me, the real breadwinner of the house?
Wait, what? What are you talking about right now? Please tell me that you didn't actually just say that. Do you even realize how ridiculous you're being right now?
That's right. I finally get what you've been trying to say this whole time. And if that's how you're going to be, then I will always take Maisie's side over you.
You can't be serious about this right now, right?
No, of course I'm serious. I'm the older brother, and it's my job to watch over my little sister. She's my family, and it's my duty to take care of her. You're the one in the wrong here.
And just what are you going to do about it, huh? Kick me out of my house?
Well, I have no other choice. I mean, if you're going to treat my little sister that way, then you have to be punished somehow, don't you think?
Hey, why don't we all calm down here for a moment and think really hard about this? Are you really sure there isn't something important that you're forgetting right now?
Don't try and come at me with your usual threats. They aren't going to work on me this time. Maisie and I are going to stay at my parents' tonight, but tomorrow we're both coming home, got it? You have until then to move out of the house with all of your belongings in tow, or else I am divorcing you.
Oh, I see. Well, I guess I could always try and go to stay with some friends or something then.
I don't care where you go, just get out of this house already.
All right already. I understand it. Well, goodbye then.
Just stop texting me and leave already. If you can text, then you can pack. We want you out of this house right now. Hey, Cheryl, are you there? I'd really like to talk if you have a second. I feel we haven't talked since you left the house. I'm wondering if enough time has passed for you to think about what you did wrong. I just want you to know that if you're ready to apologize, then we can let you back in. But until then, you aren't allowed to come back home, okay? I mean, honestly, what is the point of keeping up all this fighting? For pride? That's silly. Just come back home and apologize to Maisie and I, and we can put all this behind us. Don't you see that?
Cheryl, are you there? Please stop this already. I mean, just how long do you think you can keep this up? All you have to do is come back home, say that you're sorry, and then my brother will forgive you for everything. Don't you want to come home? Don't you want to save your marriage? You can do all that, I promise. You just have to come to us and say that you're sorry for everything. Okay, seriously, Cheryl, what is going on here? Why are we having these heavy boxes being sent to the house right now? What is the meaning of this? Barry's gone to work, and I can't seem to get a hold of him. I need answers now. Do you understand me? Get back to me when you see these messages. Cheryl, are you there or not? This strange old couple showed up at the house and they wouldn't leave until I beat them up and threw them off the property. I told them that the house belonged to my older brother, but they just didn't seem to believe me. They told me that they left the house to their daughter and didn't know how I was.
Maisie, are you serious? Have you seriously not figured out what's going on here yet?
Cheryl, you finally answered me. I want answers, and I want them now! Who were those old people? Are they friends of yours or something? Did you send them here to try and kick us out of the house? How could you be so cruel?
Do you really think those two old people are just complete strangers, totally unrelated to this situation? That was actually the second time ever that you've met those people.
Well then, who are they? I seriously have no idea who those old people were supposed to be.
They were my parents! Duh!
Wait, those two people were your parents?
That's right. My parents moved away to another state about 5 years ago because my dad got a transfer in his job. He just finished his stint away and the two of them are finally coming back to their home. All those boxes that are showing up are full of their belongings.
No, you can't be serious about this. I mean, it's not their house. It belongs to my brother.
Maisie, you know that we've gone over this again and again and again. I told you that the house belongs to my parents.
But, so, you were being honest about all that?
Of course I was. And just because you tricked yourself into seeing it some other way doesn't change the facts on the ground. Did you seriously think I was lying about any of what I said?
So then, whose name is it on the deed to the house then? Yours or your parents'?
If you really want to know, my dad is written down as the owner of the house. I was taking care of the house while being allowed to stay in it while the two of them were away for work. That was just before Barry and I got married, and I invited him to move in with me and live together. Now do you realize that you've been officially kicked out of that house?
I guess so. I suppose it would be weird for me to keep staying here if your parents were going to be living here.
Good. I'm glad we have this settled then. Now why don't you run off back to your house already?
Hold on a second. What if my brother just buys the house from your parents? What do you think about that?
You're not serious about that, are you? You want him to buy the house.
Of course I'm serious. I mean, just think about it. If Barry buys the house, then nothing has to change at all.
Yeah, I really don't think that is going to work out well for you at all.
Why not? It's the perfect plan. I mean, Barry works for a huge company. Surely he earns enough to buy any house that he wants.
So I guess you really had no clue about any of the truth after all, huh?
The truth? What do you mean by that? What are you talking about?
This is going to be tough coming from me, but Barry only takes home about $1,700 a month.
Hold on a second. What did you just say? My older brother only earns $1,700 a month?
Well, even though Barry and I work at different companies, we're both about the same position in our respective jobs, and I make double what he makes.
Wait a second. You earn twice as much as Barry makes?
That's right. Although I guess I should make a connection. We're of similar rank in the company, but Barry is a temp, and I'm not.
Wait, what? Why am I just hearing about all this for the first time? What is going on here?
It was about a year after Barry and I got married. He made a huge mistake that ended up costing him his job, and he has always had trouble finding new work after that. He had actually stopped looking for some time before I told him that he needed to do something, so he went to work for a temp agency. Ever since then, he's been doing the same thing.
Seriously, I had no idea about any of this. I mean, is my brother really just a temp?
You can choose to believe me or not. It really doesn't affect the reality of the situation either way. But you should know that I've been paying for all of the utilities, food, and everything else that we've all been using at this house. That is why I have a problem with you spending more and more time here and suggesting that I pay for everything that you need as well.
I don't believe this. This is all too much to take in at once.
Well, anyways, I say all of this to explain to you why your brother won't be able to just buy this house like it's nothing.
So he's just another bum? Earning nothing?
I'm glad that you finally understand the situation. Now please, pack up your things and leave my house already. I can make sure to send some of your boxes to your address. The sooner you leave, the better.
But my parents are going to be so mad at me if I go back. Please don't make me go back there. You have no idea how strict they've always been. But if they found out some of the things I was saying to you or doing, then I don't know what they'll do to me.
Don't worry. I actually already called ahead to your parents, explained to them everything, and asked them not to be too mad at you.
So, you talked to my parents about all this already? They know about everything already? Oh no, this is really bad. What am I gonna do? I'll be in huge trouble back home.
That's right, I did. I imagine that they will be somewhat mad, but I don't think either of us can really blame them for that, right?
I suppose you're right, but I'm really scared.
That's okay. You just go on home now, okay?
I'm so sorry for everything I did and said before, Cheryl.
Cheryl, are you there? This is really serious. You had better get back to me. I had completely forgotten that your parents were getting back here today. Why didn't you ever remind me that they were coming today? I just got back from work and I saw the two of them there waiting for me. They looked so pissed. When I walked up to them to greet them, they both just started yelling at me, launching into this tirade about all the things wrong that I've done. Not only that, but I heard that you told Maisie about my job? Why would you do that? You've completely ruined the image that she has of me. Now my only sister hates me, and it's all your fault. Even my parents don't want me to live at their place anymore. What am I supposed to do? You have to help me.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We're getting a divorce.
Wait, what? You can't be serious, right? You really want to end things with me? I don't even understand what I did that was wrong. Please don't do this to me.
Of course I am. I am very serious.
But then I'll have nothing, no one. What am I supposed to do without you? Please don't do this to me. I need your help. Cheryl, please, come back. You can't leave me.
Without anywhere else to go, Barry had no choice but to try going to his parents' house one more time. Barry's parents have always really liked me. And when he went back, they were still furious with him for what he did to me. They also had no idea he was working for a temp agency. After our divorce, he found a new job at a famously strict company. Although even after starting work there, he never regained the confidence of his little sister. I heard that he didn't even last long at the company, and was eventually forced to go back to his parents for a second time. Maisie, now totally disillusioned with her older brother, decided to enroll in a beauty class and studied until she found a job at a salon and raised enough money to move out and live on her own, away from the rest of her family.
Hey, Judy, you old rat. Did you eat the chocolate that was in the fridge again? I was saving those for myself.
Oh my! I'm sorry. I baked a cake with it yesterday.
I can't believe you. Those were expensive. You can only get them at selected shops. They were imported straight from Japan.
But they seemed like they were about to start molding. I've been thinking about this for a while, but you need to make sure to only buy food in quantities that you feel confident in finishing. I understand that you like to take your time eating those nice things, but you always end up letting them spoil. It's just a waste.
I'm sorry. Did I ask for your opinion? I don't need to hear anything from a person who's a freeloader for the whole life. You wouldn't understand how it feels to cherish these things.
Did you just call me a freeloader?
Ugh, this is too frustrating. I can't take this anymore. I only decided to move in with you because Keith told me that there would be a bunch of benefits for me. But all you provide for the two of us is stress.
What?
You use the nice things that I buy without any permission. You only pay a small fraction of the rent. And worst of all, you don't even adhere to your sister-in-law, regardless of how much she's done for you.
I'm sorry, but what have you done for me?
I let you live with me.
Didn't Keith tell you that he wanted to live with me before you two decided to get married? In fact, it was his duty. I was his sister and I was under 18 years old. He has been my guardian since my parents passed away. That's why I live with you in this house.
That doesn't matter. I can't take this anymore. I've decided that I'm going to stop acting like the nice little housewife that I always try to be. I'm going to stop myself from being such a sweet soul to you. And I'm taking better care of myself.
Have you ever really been kind to me? You call yourself a housewife and try to look nice in front of Keith. But we both know that the truth is that I always do the housework while you lie down on the couch, scrolling on your phone.
Shut your mouth, you freeloader. Don't you dare speak to me like that. You need to keep in mind that the only reason that you have a place to live is because my husband and I are kind enough to provide for you.
Keith, do you know what your wife just said to me?
Huh?
She just threw all of her anger at me that this isn't what she signed up for. And that you told her that there would be benefits on her side by living with me. She even went as far as to call me a freeloader. And that I should be ashamed of nothing being able to adhere to her. I think she must clearly understand me and my family situation. Why is she upset and comparing herself with a child like me, who is not yet 18 years old? I need to know what you told her.
Come on, it's nothing strange.
What?
I mean, you had a bunch of money inherited to you when our parents died, didn't you? The assets your parents left you are more than mine. I really don't understand why. So you definitely won't have to do anything and still be rich with the money your parents left behind. So I told Lydia that you would support us a pretty good amount per month if we let you stay over at our place. So we had a discussion and decided that it would be best to rent the money that we need for now and have you support us to pay it back.
Is that the real reason? Isn't it the responsibility of a brother to his sister like you two said before?
Of course. If not, why would I waste money raising a kid like you? Wait until you turn 18 years old and the inheritance money in your savings book will be legally withdrawn. It's time for you to repay your brother and sister-in-law for providing you with accommodation all these years.
I remember how happy I was when Molly told me that she would replace my mom by caring for me. It was all about just money, huh?
You don't have to say it like that, Judy.
After finding out about your motives, you turned Molly into a cold-hearted liar. Now, all she does is complain about my presence and call me a freeloader. She even forced me to work and pay monthly rent while I was under 18 years old. I had no money and was not old enough to have a job. How come? All she did was nag and say I was a nuisance in her life. I should never have been bothered living with the two of you. So explain everything to Lydia right now. That there was never a conversation about me providing for the two of you, and that you lied about it. And while you're at it, apologize and tell her that you'll single-handedly provide for her from now on.
What are you talking about? Are you not going to give us money? Are you sure?
That's the money my parents left me. I already have a purpose for each amount of money, so don't touch it even if it's just a penny. Don't make yourself such a greedy person. Both you and I are entitled to the same inheritance. So why are you targeting that money of mine? How selfish you are.
But I invested all that money, and it's gone. It was a reckless investment, a mistake of my youth, so now I no longer have any savings to rely on.
It's your fault. Don't ever think of robbing me of money.
But I am your brother. You must help your brother when he is in trouble, especially in financial matters.
If you and your wife have good intentions and treat me properly and kindly, then it is not a matter to hesitate. I am willing to help people who treat me well. What you two did was purely exploiting my spirit and taking advantage of my assets. Is that how an older brother treats his younger sister?
Don't act like a pitiful person anymore, you idiot. When you turn 18 years old, immediately withdraw all the money from the savings book that your parents made for you before and give it to me. Consider it as a down payment for monthly living expenses. Otherwise, I will immediately throw you out on the street. You don't want to become homeless at that age, do you?
That's not even your house. That house was left to us by our parents, for you and me. And now you kick me out and force me to live in a street? How can you? You're a monster!
Come on, I'm just negotiating. If you give me the money, everything will be different. We will still live together as happily as possible.
Hey, old rat. The daydreaming has finally come. You don't know how excited I am right now.
Huh?
Oh. Happy birthday, my silly sister-in-law. This is probably the day I've been looking forward to the most ever. Oh my god, honestly, I'm looking forward to it more than my wedding day.
What do you mean?
I have a super surprise gift for your birthday. Are you curious?
Gift for me? Actually, I don't need any gifts from you. It's nice for you to remember my birthday.
No. You have to accept this gift. It is not a valuable item, but it will be a milestone that changes your life. From the top to hell.
What do you mean?
Curious, right? The gift is... you will be kicked out of the house!
What the hell?
Yes, from today you will no longer be able to live in this house. Your belongings are lying on the porch. Please quickly go back and get out of here. It's been enough for a patient sister-in-law like me to endure. I'm finally freed from a parasite like you.
What? Why did you arbitrarily move my things without my permission?
So what? Go home quickly and clean up all that mess. And don't forget to find a corner to live in.
Okay. Anyway, I have no intention of living with you in that house anymore.
Oh my god, you really nailed it. It's true that you're 18 years old, so you understand things better. But sadly, your future will be that of an ugly, poor, torn woman living on the streets. How pitiful it is.
Poor? Are you saying I'm poor?
Exactly. After today, you have nothing left in your hand. Your brother Keith is on his way to the bank. As a guardian, he will legally withdraw the savings your parents left you. We will monopolize that money without having to beg or threaten you to provide it each month as originally planned. So, unexpected, right? We will enjoy that money gratefully.
What? What are you talking about?
You were very shocked, right? In just a few minutes, you will become a homeless girl.
Wait, you mean Keith is on his way to the bank? Right now?
Exactly.
Oh my god!
Why do you laugh? What is this reaction? You won't be able to laugh anymore, girl.
I can't stop laughing! Look at these two greedy idiots who are pleased with their plan. Oh my god, how silly!
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, but I have to inform you that today is not my birthday. My birthday is October 3, which means 2 days have passed.
What? Are you kidding me?
No, that's the truth. Perhaps your carelessness has ruined that perfect plan. Not remembering your sister's birthday? It's ridiculous.
No, don't think you can fool me. Surely your birthday is today, October 5th. You're lying.
I can show you my passport, if necessary. I celebrated my birthday to the fullest with my friends 2 days ago. And of course, with a wonderful gift that my parents gave me on this day.
You mean the inherited money?
Exactly. I went to the bank and withdrew all the savings my parents left me. And now I'm holding it all, telling Keith not to touch a dime.
Impossible. I don't believe it. You're lying.
Believe it or not, you will know later.
Judy, answer me. Where is the money?
Oh, my brother.
Where is the money?
You have no right to know. It's my money, not yours.
How dare you deceive us like that? How dare you withdraw all that money without telling me?
Deceive? What the hell are you talking about? The ambition of these two people is something I never expected. You and your wife waited until my 18th birthday, took the role of guardian, and went to the bank to withdraw all the money my parents left me. The children were pleased and ready to kick me out of the house, turning me into a homeless person. How dare you do that? I'm your biological sister. You should take care of me more than anyone else.
Take care of you? Are you crazy? You are a burden in my life. I wish you did not exist in this world. If so, all of my parents' assets would already belong to me.
Okay, I'm ready to cut ties with you. Today, I'll officially move out. I will move to a new house that is more spacious and higher rise with a city view. Oh my god, my life will be much more peaceful.
What? A new house? With a city view? It's impossible.
I am old enough to buy a house, and all procedures were completed yesterday. I will move there to live a new life and never want to see you again.
Did you use all the money your parents left you to buy a house?
No, I cannot do that. I will use that money later to develop my business. As for that house, I bought it in installments from the money I earned myself.
Earn it yourself, how come?
Well, I started an online business more than 3 years ago, and thank God I have made huge profits. I have been saving money all this time, and with the money my parents left behind, I decided to buy a house for myself in installments. Unlike you, I can't waste money on stupid investments and end up losing money and having nothing left.
No way. You're just kidding, right?
I don't have time to joke with you. I'll hire someone to pick up my things, so please leave them on the porch. From today, I will not return to that house anymore.
Wait, hold on, Judy. Do you still have unused inheritance money? Can you give me a temporary loan? I need money to pay the debt now. The investment money was lost. My wife and I were forced to borrow money from the bank to repay the debt, and now I can't borrow anymore. Please, Judy, you must save me. I'll pay you back double. Trust me. I need money to pay off the debt. Otherwise, this house will be immediately repossessed by the bank.
Trust you? No way! There's no way I'd spend the money my parents left me in your stupid mistakes. Take care of yourself and pay off your debt, you greedy bastard. You're paying off for your karma.
No, I know you wouldn't let your brother fall into this situation, right? You won't let me struggle to pay off debt and be homeless, right? You are my lovely little sister, a filial and very understanding sister, Judy. I carried you as soon as you were born. You don't know how much I pampered you before.
Ew, it's so cringe. After all you've done, the way you and your wife treated me, I don't think I'll be able to sympathize or help you anymore. Find a way to pay off your debt yourself.
No, impossible. You must help me. I beg you, Judy. Give me the money, otherwise I'll die.
Now, you're paying for the karma you have caused. Don't try to get in touch with me anymore. Now, I have to decorate my new house. Good luck, and never see you again.
No, Judy! No!
A few days later, Keith's debt was foreclosed on by the bank, and he was forced to surrender the house to the bank. I heard that he and his wife had to move to rent a rundown house on the outskirts of the city, close to the slums. Their lives are getting worse and worse, always arguing and even fighting. Both of them had to work multiple jobs at the same time to have enough money to pay for all living expenses. Right now, they are paying for what they did to their sister. Family is the most wonderful thing, the most proud thing, but perhaps for me, it ended when my parents passed away. I moved to a new house near the city center and continued my business. It seems like my parents in heaven always bless me so everything is going well. Gradually, I opened a factory and the company became bigger and bigger, which gave me a worry-free life. I also saved money for myself to continue studying at the university because I know that now only knowledge lasts forever.